Thresh is one of the most challenging but rewarding champions in the bottom lane. In this video we'll be looking at a 1300 LP Korean challenger and see what it is that they're doing that puts them at the top of the ladder. The first thing I want to point out here is that Thresh's jungle Jarvan is pathing down towards the bottom lane. We know that Jarvan is really great at ganking and Thresh is great at setting up ganks, so the intention here is great from Thresh to make this lane a bit more volatile and just trade 50-50 because Jarvan is on his way. Being on cooldown, Thresh is going to want to back up from Lulu so he doesn't take any poke. Makes no sense that he walked back into her there, they just need to chill and relax until they can hit 2 and actually do something, because they do get outranged and outpushed based on their champion kits. So it's really about survival and trading evenly until Jarvan can make his way down here. But of course if a hook opportunity exists like right now, you've got to look for it, but of course for some reason Thresh doesn't go for it. Does try to look for it here through the minions, doesn't really work that way. And he's really got to be careful now. It's bit weird that he's walking into the enemy right now when Jarvan's not even on his way for a gank. They're on cooldown, they can't really do much. So very strange trading here. He would have been way better off just autoing the wave instead of throwing that troll hook to thin the wave and hopefully not get crashed under tower. But you can see Lulu and Jinx are just completely perma-shoving them under tower, and really all they've got to do is just apply some pressure, just pretend like Jarvan's here. Nocturne can't really do anything unless he's already sitting behind them. So the priority here is just to keep this lane in this perfect spot. So what Thresh should be doing is matching Jinx's auto attacks and thinning the wave when necessary. Because you can see Jarvan is nearly on his way down. He's just about finishing his wolves, and you can see they're very afraid of a potential Jarvan gank. They're trying to crash the wave under tower. Now just notice how much Thresh starts autoing the wave here. He knows that he's got to just thin it, keep it right here. Jarvan's on his way, he just went over the wall and now he's on his way. Double flay right there, hits both targets, and this should be a very easy double kill pickup for either Jarvan or Philios. There goes one, and here goes the second. You can see he's being really controlled. He's holding his Q. He's not throwing it at Jinx when she's got cleanse and flash up. He knows Jarvan's got his EQ. He's not in any rush to waste his abilities. And of course after a successful gank like that, you've got to shove the wave in, crash it, get to base, buy items, and then start pushing whatever lead you have managed to get. I just want to point out that this wave is in the perfect position for you to look for a roam when you've got Moby boots, but of course Thresh only has basic boots and there's nothing really amazing available on the map right now, so he's just going to walk back down to lane with his Aphelios. This is a really clever approach from Thresh to get into the bushes and be unseen. In lower elos this could easily result in kills, but of course they're hovering towards the wall, but they do go onto the Aphelios. Thresh just hits the Jinx with the hook, and look at him, he's focusing Jinx fully, only autoing her because that's all he has right now, and he's not even hitting Lulu at all, and just like that they managed to pick up 2 kills because they did have an item advantage on the Aphelios with the longsword, and also because Lulu and Jinx were running into their wave and tanking minions. So overall really great target focus there from the Thresh and really well played. So of course when you win a fight you want to shove that wave in and either look for a roam or just base with your ADC and return to lane. Thresh doesn't really have much to recall for, he doesn't have much gold and he doesn't really need to replenish health or mana, so he could have looked for a roam here on the Zoe with his Jarvan jungle. The better option is to just go back to bottom lane and let the wave bounce back, and then once Jarvan arrives look for a gank there, because they will be arriving around the same time. So just wanted to point that potential opportunity out, but also keep your mind open that there's something better coming up now in 30-45 seconds. The wave is in a really good spot right now and Jarvan's coming in for a lane gank. So you can see just how Thresh is positioned to flash, lantern and flay. He's in a really good spot to apply pressure, but he's not scaring them away necessarily. You can see Jarvan has moved into the bush, he just flashes, flays the Jinx, and that should be a really nice easy pickup. The Glacial Augment does help slowing her down so she doesn't escape as easily, and hits the hook right there, nowhere for Jinx to go, and that's a really nice easy pickup. They could definitely look for a dive here onto the Lulu with Jarvan. You can see they are looking to take a Krug camp away from Nocturne if available, but it is not. And here comes the Hex Flash. He could also do another hook lantern kind of play. Doesn't come through, but the attempt was there. But you can see they're zoning Lulu off the wave here, and this is really great for them. They're getting even more ahead, and look at that, 3 plates right there in 7 minutes. And of course, once you've won a fight, you've got a decent bit of gold to spend. You want to get to base and push that lead even harder. So you can see Thresh is making such a huge impact in this game. He's getting his jungler fed, he's getting his ADC fed, and he's getting the game rolling. And just take note of how Thresh is aware that they're stronger than the enemy right now because of all the kills that they've been picking up. He's in a great spot where the enemy doesn't have any minions to hide behind, so he can just stand in front of the wave, zone them, and fish for a hook if they get too close. This is really good from Aphelios and Thresh right now, not to crash the wave until the next wave arrives, so they can get a big lump of minions under that tower. This is great because now they can look for poke. They can even take tower shots here, trade health bar for health bar before looking for a recall. So you can see that Aphelios there is trying to put down some poke, and Thresh is trying to be quite scary, getting into their face, trying to throw a hook out. He's trying to find something. He's just applying pressure, making it harder for Jinx to CS, making her very cautious of her positioning. See, Aphelios nearly one-shotting that Lulu there from across the screen as well. So this is huge from them. They could even still look for more, but they definitely want to get to base quite soon and spend their huge gold lead. Also, I just want to point out, I don't know if you noticed, but just around 30 seconds ago, Jarvan managed to invade Nocturne, spot him in his jungle, and steal 2 camps away from him. So you can see, getting his jungler ahead, Jarvan's even positioned for a gank top lane right now. He's doing so much for the team. This Thresh got his Jarvan fed, and just look at this, that's a kill picked up right there in the top lane. Thresh is snowballing the map through the impact he's made by getting ganks done with his Jarvan. This right here is the classic challenger strategy of I've picked up Moby Boots every single time I'll recall. I'll take a look mid lane before moving down to my bot lane. You can see just perfect timing there, except not really because the Nocturne is on his Aphelios. So intention there was great, but Aphelios did end up getting caught out there by himself, but like that could have been 100% a gank in the mid lane as well. And just notice that Thresh isn't going down to the bottom lane to pick up a few minions. That's not the role of the support. The support is to actually help your teammates, and you can see he's doing exactly that. He spots the Zoe fishing to kill the Victor and finds her right there. And now he's even going to provide safety for his Victor so they can get this wave in and keep getting ahead of the enemy team. Top lane is quite pushed up, so Thresh could have looked for a gank here, but his Aphelios is back in lane, and with Jarvan around, they can definitely move in here and look for a camp, look for a 3v3. This is the strong side of their map, so they definitely want to stick around the bottom side rather than look for that one-off potential gank in the top lane. He wants to stay around his carries and actually let them carry. You can see they're going onto the Aphelios, and Thresh with the Moby Boots. Perfect combo there. Aphelios roots the Lulu, and that's just gonna be easy pickup, and that should be the first tower as well. Will they pick that Jinx up? Oh, just about 10 HP. So Thresh is gonna fish here. He's gonna look for the Jinx. Moby Boots are cranking in, he's speeding in, and no, she's out. We can see the impact that this Thresh is having is astronomical this game. He's getting his ADC fed, he got his jungler fed, his jungler got his top laner ahead, he just got his Victor a kill as well. This Thresh is having an astronomical impact. This is the power of Thresh. He can provide safety, he can provide gank setup, he can do so many things. He's such a versatile champion. This is why he is so rewarding to play. You can see being very safe here, just peeling his AD carry essentially. If someone comes to kill him, they're just gonna walk out with the lantern. Hook goes wide, but doesn't matter. They're absolutely smashing the enemy team because of this Thresh right now. So hopefully you're picking up on just how good Thresh can be in the hands of a solid player. And here you can see 2v2, jungler is ahead, the impact is there, they win that easy. Enemy team is getting quite desperate trying to find a way back into this game. But you'll see that they're rotating onto the top side. They're going to be looking to take that tower next, push that lead even further. And even if your ADC isn't aware of this in lower elos, you can ping it out as the support and let them know. Let's go top lane. Let's keep getting ahead. Let's get the plates. Let's look for a dive. Let's do something. So just keep that in mind if you're playing at lower elos. It's really good of Thresh to walk around here because he'll be able to find hooks or flays a lot more easily if he's behind enemy lines. and at the same time he's looking for vision, but this should just be a quick, easy 2-kill pickup into that second tower, just like that. Everyone is strong on his team because of all the impact he's been having, but you can see they are getting caught out of position, and Thresh realizes straight away there's no saving that guy. I'm out of here. No point feeding with the teammates. And you can see there's not much to do on the map here. Thresh doesn't have any wards, so this would be a prime time to go back to base. There's nothing really you can do as a support when you don't have any teammates alive. So the only thing here would be to keep the victor safe with a lantern and then reset together. But of course we can see that Zoe is pushing up far in the top lane. She's not resetting. She's a bit greedy, wants to get this wave in. So they're going to look to capitalize, and the Mobies are perfect for that. They help let you zoom in and find those stragglers. Being this far ahead, they're going to have complete control over the mid lane. They're going to have priority here 24/7. So this is going to unlock Thresh to actually go and get stuff done. So like if anyone shows up in that top lane trying to defend the tower, they'll just go as 4 and just completely dive them and even get further ahead. But of course, no reason to be on the top side there when you've got a dragon that you can pick up. Hopefully you can see what a good laning phase can translate into. This is all that impact from Thresh paying dividends. Lulu's trying to clear out a ward, and she is just not allowed versus the Hex Flash Thresh with the Glacial Augment. Really good reaction from Thresh here to go back up his Victor and provide him with a lantern in case. They definitely don't want to be fighting 3v2, so you can see Thresh is positioned as, let's get the hell out of here. He's not baiting his Victor in. But with the Jarvan moving in here, and Aphelios just got Prio, who's going to be moving in as well, they could definitely look to start a fight up here on the top side. This should just be a nice easy Herald, and that could easily transfer into a Baron quite soon. And really nice of Thresh to be placing wards here. He's not too far into Fog of War where he could get caught out alone, but he's placing it at the perfect spot where he can still actually get some valuable information. You can see he's just positioning in the middle of his Jarvan and Aphelios, trying to decide where is he gonna have to react to. Hopefully you're picking up on just how much Thresh saves his hook. He only throws it when he knows he can hit it. And look at this, cutting off the Nocturne. He's completely planning ahead of everything in this game. He's just a monster. Look at that, 14 kill participation from the support in this game. And running for that Jinx, looking for even more. This is really important for all you support players out here. You've got to go with teammates if you want to place deep vision in the enemy jungle, because if you go in there and you get found by yourself, Nocturne's just gonna blow you up. You've got to move as a unit if you want deep vision in the enemy jungle, and they're allowed to actually even move in here as a unit because they're getting hard prio from the mid lane because they won their lane. And look at this, they're looking for the dive on the Graves. They just saw Jinx and Lulu, they see Zoe in the top side, they know where everyone is, and just like that, easy dive onto this Graves, and that's going to translate nicely into this tower. We know that the enemy's on the top side. Thresh is threatening a dive. He's going for that Hex Flash. He's trying to find something. There's no reason to be afraid when they're this strong. And just like that, they've nearly won the game, so hopefully you did learn something from this one, and hopefully you noticed just how much impact support can have, even without roaming around the map.